if you haven't been following along, let me step out the way to the camera. You can probably see the walls have all been framed out and insulated. Now we're starting on the floor in the ceiling. So to show what we're doing on the floor, I think you guys can see that pretty good. Let's see. Yeah. You see that one L-shaped bracket there. We've been able to tie the floor into the actual structure of the van. And looking at that, we figured, hey, what better way to strengthen this whole thing up than to tie, let's see my hand, the entire thing into the structure of the van. Now I just got started, so I need to go in there and put more L brackets and supports so that the whole thing is tied in. And from there, once we tie that back into the wall structure, nothing in here should move. That's the idea anyway. Because this framing on the floor is going to make the wall stronger, and the wall is going to be making the floor stronger. And once we put our plywood subfloor on here in the furniture, this thing will almost be unmovable. But anyway, let's get started. I want it to be so that it's hard for it to move. The way we're going to do that is we're going to take these and add, make sure each one of these on the floor have 2 on it. Now, in some places you're going to see, like here, you can get an L bracket there easy, right? But on these last 2, you're going to see that I had to shape those L brackets to fit that. Easy peasy, huh? We'll get a little light in here. To be 54 1/4. As we cut the wood, we might end up eating this, so we're just stack it in the corner. Might be a good piece of wood somewhere else. Let's see how this fits. There, see that now you got you a nice piece of wood, and when you bring these down, you can set your seat on here, put in there, you have some, it's going to be OSB on here too, a subfloor, but you'll be able to frame this up so that the seats are grabbing into something, a piece of wood. So 4 1/2. Measure twice and cut once, just in case I'm wrong. Sit it.
What's the ones in the corner for?
They might be able to see that shorter distance. We'll be able to use them up there. Double these screws up now. Now a little different, we're going to do the same thing we did here, putting that up against the wheel well. I'm going to put these up against the wall here. So that was 27. That one is a little less than 27. Okay. Let's take a little bit off for this one. This side, it is a little tighter, which tells me that beam, or that one, is not in the right place. So loosen that up, get that a little tighter. This one in there, and we can use it as a template. Beautiful. Oh, a little bit of nice. Still a kind of a cloudy day in Michigan. So, 12 inches off center. So let's do 12 right there. Another 12 right here. Another 12 this right here, and so that's kind of off. So what if we do 16? So we go 16 off, 16 center. And then let's go to this one, 16. There. And do this one, 16. And that's it. All right, cool. Yeah, that spreads them out a little better. Let's check the tops. 16. See if I can just look at it, make sure it looks like it's leveled. Nope, actually, it's that way. I know this stuff is super boring, but anyway, just showing you how I'm putting the whole thing together. Something 15. And the floor is a natural insulation. Might have a few screws in it. I'll tell you finish, but no harm, no foul. I've seen a couple people online saying that putting insulation on the floor is a waste of time because heat rises. Which is true. But at the same time, it may also just be a waste of money. We will have to insulate the ceiling, I believe, but I think we'll be all right before. And one more should do the trick. Oh, I get the 2 ends. Duh. Now let's get these end pieces. And one more side, and we will be good. So I guess I could put clips going across, but I don't think we need them. And once we get the weight of the actual subfloor on here and some seats, I think it'll be just fine. Alright. Then, now we got to do something a little special up in this area because I want a little ramp. So what we're going to do is frame this off, square it off, build a nice little ramp, which, to be truthful, let's see. It's off, yes, so it's off just a little bit. And the idea will be you have a nice little step ramp coming in. Because what I'm mostly concerned about, when people step on, I don't want them to trip or anything like that, so I need some kind of little ramp that comes off. We may actually be able to make that out of wood or sheet metal, because then we can put a couple of screws in here and then screw it in there and you'll be good to go. Nice. So what we have left now is the middle portion of the floor that we're going to start now. 2 end pieces as close as we possibly can to here. If I'm lucky, another 2x4 will hit the actual wall and then make the whole thing stronger. Now, do I need to bring these clips up? I do not think I do. I think I get away with leaving those in. Especially because the main piece I need is here. And you got 40, 5. Let's see if this is the same. It's the same on both ends. Let's hope. This side is 45.5, so one side needs to come. We'll just make up the difference in this case. Do. It's this side. Yeah. Beautiful. Did try to get them as flat and square as possible. All right, this is the next one. And now we're just going to run these all of that. And I guess, yeah, it makes more sense here because it's wider than that. So we'll run it all that. And this one is 45.25. So it looks like my floor is not completely square. It seems to be off by anywhere from like half an inch to a quarter of an inch in different spots. But of course, you'll never be able to see that once walking across the floor. So I'm curious, are we off from the front or are we off from here? Who knows? But I'm about a quarter inch off in any direction. But I think I can live with that. One more. Make sure they all kind of line up. So, as you might have noticed, I also opted not to glue these down. Hopefully it doesn't come back to bite me in the butt, but I don't think I necessarily need to glue these down because they're tied into the framing of the actual structure. A little bit more off from this one. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. Should I have glued this down? Again, my thinking was we're tied into the structure. We should be good. I'm not sure if allowing it to bounce with the vibration of the drive means anything. Looks nice and tight. That was measure it. Make sure we're kind of lined up. But we hope. So we're going to make this one 14. Long shot. Okay, good. 14.5. Okay, now, okay. I hope we can start pulling these down so as I get lined up. I know they're locked in. moved a little bit. And let's get down here. And realized I was going to have to do some yoga today, but anyway. Let's check the head again. Nice. Now let's get this one the same. Okay, so this one needs to come right there. Is 14. I'll have to make sure I sink 40 before I put stuff on out. I'll cut them off whenever I get them. This one's right. Oh, bad shot. There. According to techniques. Let's try to get a look. Looks good. That one looks good there. I know. This one. Let's do it. Take a look at it. Looks good. Back on the charger. All right. So that is the subfloor, or the framing for the floor put down. Now, what we're going to have in the back is going to be a little different. We are actually going to put a wall back here. So you won't be able to, let's see if they look straight. Anyway, we're going to put a wall. Let's get this up a little bit. So we're going to have, when I do the ceiling, a wall coming up here to give me this little space in between to I replace this door. So in this version, we are going to keep the door as is, but I don't want to see it from inside. My seats were going to cause me to lose about a foot of space anyway, and I was debating, was I going to make cabinets? What was I going to do with that little space? But now I think what I'll do with this space is actually make me a false door with a room behind it so we can get in and off the van from there. Or I could put cup holders between each seat and take up the space that way. But I think I'm going to go with that method there. Anyway, now that I'm looking at this, I think this will be a great time to see that I can connect to the wood framing we have going around this area. Let's see. Put a 2x4 there, 2x4, and it's going to need a 1x on that side. We do the same on the other side. Let's see. We put a 2x4, a 2x4, and a 1x. And that would actually let me connect all this wood to the actual wall framing as well as the framing. Good stuff. Oh, and as I see, I'm not finished with getting the screws in there. So I'll take care of that, make sure everything's tied in, And matter of fact, let's keep going. So let's see. That's nice. Yeah, nice. Okay. Let's get that tightened up. All right. Let's see. First things first. First piece of wood in there. Let me set this aside. I might have to take that footer out. Let's see. Make sure you guys don't have to see any unattractive figures. We'll turn around this way so we can do it from here. There you go. So this, you gotta be careful with this one because you crack that one by. Oh. Sure, this baby is down. Let's see. There you go. Nice. This one. Side. We do not get that side. Look like I missed the screw there. Oh, no, I got it in there. All right, cool. Now, continue with the frame. Oh, man, let's go ahead and go get a couple screws. I think I got plenty of these down things left around here. Let's go get some more screws. Move fast. Here we are. Be right back. Here. And one by. Be a little tight over here. Let's take this one out. And now tie those in there, and then the 2x4s. Sink these screws just a bit and get it in there. So we'll go maybe here. Hopefully, those will sink the way I hoped it will. And, yep. let's do the same on the other side. So now what we have is the floor tied into the frame tied into the steel structural frame, then wood tied into those structural frame wooden frames that is now also tied into the main body. So the whole thing is riding off of each other as well. And nice. Now, what we can do, I need some very long screws to try to do it. I could have tried to put some screws down here, but I think we're in good shape. I think we are in good shape. Let's keep moving on. Next, we got to finish the front off for my little step-up ramp. Get the OSB. The back is going to be framed, the wall that comes lower than the actual garage door, so you can open and close it. It's going to be hidden like in a little shelf or cabinet, or cavity, whatever you want to call it. And then we have to reinforce the cylinder van. So we got a lot more to go. The reinforcing of the cylinder van probably is the next thing I'm going to do, because I want to drop that RV air conditioner and heating system up in there. Anyway, this is the end of episode 5, and I will talk to you guys soon.